Hi there.
Hey,
Can you
it's
not see me?
Carol Hartshorn, and I'm trying to get into your class, and I don't know how.
Okay, hold on a second. Are you on the Facebook on their
I,
their Facebook page? Ease is yes Facebook page.
oh no, okay, I'll
Yeah,
do that.
try to
Is
go
that
to
how I
the
do it?
yeah try to go to their page.
Okay.
But I am. Let's
I
see.
thought there was a live one I could.
Yeah, it should be live, and that's what I am. I'm wondering because you're not you're. I'm glad you can. Can you? Let's see. Becky, can you tell me if you can hear me? And so, do you see the live on Ease Yoga Cafe page?
Okay, hold on. And you know what? If let me look. These.
But if you can you see me? I can see you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you can just stay right where you are if you want.
Okay.
Um, oh, she said I can. She can hear me. Yay! Yay! Okay. So if you can see me,
Yeah.
then you can just stay right where you are,
Okay. Cool.
and I can actually talk to you. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll try not to talk to you during the class.
Okay.
Good
Well,
morning.
thanks
Good
for
morning,
doing
Stephanie
this.
and Mary
Wonderful.
Ann. This is great. Thank you all. So it is 9:33. So we'll go ahead and get started. I wanted to say real quick that if you do have a blanket or a bolster or a block at home, feel free to put that close by, or you can certainly use a pillow and or a blanket like I have here that I just took off the couch. So it's you don't have to have it, but it's always nice to have the props. So we'll let other people join in. This is great. Thank you so much for doing this. This is kind of fun. It's my first Facebook Live, so I was up at like 4 a.m. trying to make sure everything was going to go well. And turns out the internet wasn't working very well at the certain spot I wanted to use. So we are right here, and good morning, and I'm grateful to Ease Yoga for offering this free class along with all the other ones on the YouTube channel, easeyogaandcafe.com. So a couple things, I talked about the props, and then the Facebook, this video will also be on YouTube channel, so you can watch it again if you have to leave early or tell a friend. And Tara and I are going to do the Wisdom Circle on Wednesday, April 1st, 7 to 8:30. via Zoom. So if you would like to join us, we would love it. And you can go to the website to register so that we can send you the information so that you can join the Zoom. So please do that. And so I'm sending you guys so much love and light. I feel like it is such a challenging time, and I think yoga is one of the greatest tools to have in our toolbox during this stressful time for everyone. So I'm happy that you're here, and to those who will watch later. I also thought that I would demonstrate, but then I would also sometimes I will guide you once you're in a pose so that you can actually be a little bit more in your body as opposed to having to look at the computer. So I'll kind of mix it up. And I like to start my classes with people lying down. So if you want to go ahead and lie down, if you have the blanket, you want to use it the length, feel free. Or use your blanket underneath your knees so that you can drape your legs over top. Okay, kind of be a little bit more comfortable on the lower back sometimes. And so you can kind of play around with it. I'm just going to use the blanket. And then coming down onto your back, kind of do some fidgeting, helping yourself get comfortable. Check and make sure that you have a little space behind you, that you're not pushing your lower back down, that you have that little curve, that natural curve. Maybe just lift the hips a little side to side. Shake the legs out. Take them out to the side, in towards each other. You can go slow and then eventually maybe a little bit faster. Taking the arms over the top of the head, giving yourself a nice stretch, and placing the hands either on the belly, right above the belly button and below, or to the side with the palms facing up. Open up the mouth so you stay where you are. I'm just going to move. I'm going to make sure there's no questions or anything so far. And once you're there, close your eyes. And just let your eyelids be soft and take a nice deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. And you're at home and nobody can hear. So make sure that you inhale, nourishing breath, exhale, just let it go. Take as many of those as you need to, and then eventually coming to your natural breath in through the nose and guiding it out through the nose. And remembering that just because we lie down, we're not automatically relaxed. It is practice. Coming into some stillness, it's probably even more difficult in these days to calm down our mind, try to let the thoughts float by. Feel that nice, it's almost like an ocean wave, riding that wave of your breath. The ocean, think about the ocean wave, the crest of the wave as you inhale, and then exhaling, and that beautiful ocean that comes flowing up onto the sand. Check in with your cheeks, make sure they're soft. If you need to adjust, you're welcome to do that. You're just inviting some stillness and some checking in. Noticing how things feel. I love the saying, yoga meets us where we are. So you're checking in maybe with your physical body and just noticing if there's any particular places where you're holding tension. Typically it can be the neck and shoulders and hips, wherever it is for you. Maybe you've already taken a walk and you feel invigorated this morning. Maybe you just got out of bed and you're feeling a little sluggish. So whatever, just check in and know where you're starting from. Checking in with your mental body. Just noticing, acknowledging what's your attitude today. Are you feeling light in this moment, or are you feeling heavy, anxious, or at peace at this moment? And the next time that you inhale, imagine you're filling the front of the body with the inhalation, maybe drawing the breath all the way up through the chest and into the throat. And then as you exhale, just surrender into that exhalation, allowing some softness. It almost feels like a hug when you exhale as you're letting it all out. And then inhale again. This time you're filling the front body, but then feel the breath leaving through the back body, maybe expanding and broadening through your back, your upper back, and then winding down the spine, trying to release some tension in your lower back. So keep going with some more breaths, maybe 5 more breaths that way. Try not to over effort. Just try to enjoy those rolling waves of breath coming in and out. I like to say as we move in our practice, think less and feel more. Become more connected with your body and where it is that you need attention, especially directing the breath into those places. And recognizing when you feel bliss, when you feel like, oh, it's good. Take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale, let the breath out. And if you just joined, we're laying on our backs. I'm just cueing from here for now, but you can lay down, relax, moving into some stillness and relaxation. And then we're going to take your left hand to your heart, your right hand on top. Stay right where you are, lying down. Take a breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. And just take a moment to reflect on something that you're grateful for at this very moment. And maybe a moment to get some gratitude for your body and all that it's doing to keep you alive at this very moment. We all have challenges and aches and pains, and sometimes we forget to just be grateful for how our body is working and that it's keeping us alive, and that we're partnering with it by doing yoga and other things to keep it healthy. And then you can open up the arms, keep your eyes closed, just take the arms up over the top of the head. Maybe press through your right heel, and then through your left heel, and then start to move. Right arm goes back, right foot goes forward, and then switch. Left arm goes back, left foot goes forward. And you can make this really light, almost like a little ragdoll-ish, or you can be more energetic and really get a little bit more stretch on the side body. It's up to you. Again, it's your practice, and if you are checking in and you know what it is that you need, then you listen to the body and you move that way. In gentle yoga, you can dial things up or you can dial things down in any practice, but you can also do that in gentle yoga. And then the next time that you have done both sides, you can bring the arms down to the sides and then swirl the arms out to the side like a T. You're going to inhale and you're going to take your right hand and you're just going to bend the right elbow and the left elbow. Right goes underneath, and then just let your hands fall. Maybe they fall on the shoulders, maybe they fall a little bit lower, like on the biceps. If you have your fingers here, I'm going to go ahead and sit up so you can see what I'm talking about. If you're confused, if not, just stay where you are. So the hands are here. Use your fingers. Maybe give yourself a little massage. Go all the way up into your neck. I don't know about you, but between my chest feeling tight, sometimes with anxiety, and then the neck with the or the computer and phone, it's a free massage is a welcome thing. And then start to just rock a little side to side. Let your head sway in the same direction. So again, you're lying down, you're on your back, and you're just going back and forth. You can let the legs roll with you if you'd like to. Again, you can massage along the way. Take a nice deep breath in and open up. Bring your knees towards your chest, float your feet up towards the ceiling. Big bend in the knees so you're not feeling any pain in the lower back and you're supported in your lower back, right? You're not pressing down, you're taking that neutral spine again. But just let the legs float, getting the circulation moving in a different direction. Take a big breath here. Notice where you feel that breath. Are you feeling it in the belly all the way up into the chest or just the chest? Just notice. And then exhale. And then you can float the right leg down, take the left leg down to meet. Open up wide, and this time the left arm goes underneath of the right. Again, find your shape here. It'll be different for everyone, and sometimes one side is different than the other. So be mindful of that. Don't force yourself into anything that's not going to be kind. And then again, rocking side to side, taking that massage if you want to. Should feel nice in the upper back. Nice little massage there by the shoulder blades. Take it a few more times. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling as you move. You need to collaborate with the breath and the movements. Coming back to the center, open up the arms nice and wide, bend at the elbows, and then you can place the arms, relaxing them down. If being here isn't relaxing and your arms are hanging in the air, then just move your arms down a little lower, right? Don't hang anything in the air, not comfortable. Just take that cactus, or even then maybe you go higher up. It's up to you. Roll the head side to side, and then you're going to take your head, and you're going to take your, let's go to the left so you can see. So I'm going to rotate my head a little to the left, like I'm just drawing my ear a little towards the shoulder, but I don't want to curl into the shoulder. Okay, and then I'm going to take my left hand to the outside on the right side of my head, and I'm just going to kind of use it as a little kickstand, and I'm not forcing, I'm just naturally seeing where it goes, and I don't really feel a big stretch on this right side, but I know it's happening, right? It's just unwinding a little. Take a breath in, exhale out, and then slowly release the hand first, and then come around, just drawing the right ear towards the right. Right hand just comes to the outside of the head. Just find a comfortable spot for it. And just rotate. So, and like I said, sometimes each side is most likely not the same, so don't force it. Don't hold your breath. Make sure that you're breathing. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Back to the center, release the hand, try it one more time on the right side, or excuse me, the left side. Your arm may not relax on the ground, so be mindful of that. Inhale, come back through the center. Next, over to the right. The more you relax, the more your neck will relax. So again, don't press too far over so that you feel tightness. Here, here, and here. Just soft and breathe. Lifting the chin a little away from the chest if you have it tucked in. Come back to the center. Bring the arms down to the sides. Inhale, draw the knees towards the chest. If you'd like, you can round and curl and bring your forehead up towards the knees and squeeze in front of the shins as well if that's healthy for your spine. If you have osteoarthritis or osteoporosis, it's not a good thing to do a lot of rounding and curling. And then open up the legs one more time. Open up the arms to a T, or you can take cactus. You can even reach your arms over the top of your head and get a little bit more shoulder opening. It's up to you. And then roll legs around or feet around one direction and then the other. So play around with the arms. Notice how that feels You might feel some crackles and crunches, just letting out some air pockets. Check in with your back. If you have your legs too far ahead, you're pulling too much on the lower back. Good. And then bring the knees in towards the chest. Take your feet down to the ground slowly. You can move the blanket away if you have it. Take your feet on the floor. Bring your arms down to the sides. Shake out your shoulders a little bit. Lift up your hips for a second, and just enough so you can get your hand underneath. Doesn't have to be too high. And then you're just going to bump the hips out to the right, to the left. Imagine that your hips are like a hammock, and you're just swinging them back and forth. I hear a little clicking and clacking as I go back and forth. So obviously there was some tightness there. Again, don't force it. Imagine you're in the hammock and you just like to glide back and forth. You prefer not to be jolted, so go slow. Take a breath in, and then as you lower down, hands are down, back of the arms are down, you're going to pull your hips towards your heels a little bit. See how my shoulders come up a little. I'm going to lift my head, tuck my chin slightly, and then I'm going to lengthen the back of my head and my fingers towards the front, towards my heels. And feel a little bit more length in my spine here. Widen your feet towards the outer edges of your mat, and then drop the right knee off to the right. Try not to go to your full range yet. So just do this maybe a quarter of your full range, right? So not all the way over to the side. I know most of you can go all the way over and you're dying to do that, but just take short, and remember not to push the lower back down. That nice space there. And just let the hips and the lower back be really happy. And then you can continue to go a little bit more if you'd like. Keeping the legs wide and doing one knee at a time. Also gives you a little opening here. If you want to change up the arms, you can take them out to the sides, and you can start to look in the opposite direction if you'd like. Again, notice how that feels in your back. Keep going. If you close your eyes, it becomes like a little meditation, using the inhalation to bring the knees forward, and as you exhale, you're moving the knees to the side. You feel that exhalation helping the contraction as you move to the side. So a few more times on each side. All right. And then come back through the center, and we're just going to add the arms here. So keep your feet where they are. If you want to rock your head a little bit, shake it out. Take your arms up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to cross. So your elbows are over your shoulders, your hands are holding on to opposite shoulders, or elbows, sorry. And as you inhale, you're going to draw your right knee off to the right, and then your left will follow, but you're going to take the elbows in the opposite direction. Inhale through the center, and then exhale other side. If this is too much, you certainly don't go so far with the legs and the knees, keep them up high. And maybe you want more of a shoulder sensation than you want in the hips. So you can take the feet and legs slowly over, and then a little more rotation with the elbows. It's up to you. Or you can keep the elbows going in the same direction, right? And then just make sure you're breathing. Exhale. And then you can keep going a few more times, and or add this second variation. So switch out the arms, and then this time you can draw circles. So you can just do the circles. It's a nice massage on the back, or you can try doing the knees at the same time. It's a little like chewing gum and rubbing your belly. And then the last option is that you can come up, circle over, down, makes the widen the circles. Again, it's a little massage on the back, the upper back. Just 3 times each direction if you lift up. Or keep the head down. Let go of the arms, lengthen out the right leg and then the left leg. Open up your arms like a Y, and legs are out long. Take an energetic reach to the fingertips, squeeze the toes, and then relax. Nice. All right, then slide the elbows down, bring the feet back in. One more time, bring them in, float the legs up, and then hold on underneath the thighs, and either stay here and just feel that nice stretch between to the inner thighs, or you can rock a little side to side. And again, it's a nice massage for the back. If you can reach the shins or the feet, feel free. Just check in and make sure you're not pulling too much. So just ragdoll back and forth a little. Make sure that you're breathing. And then when you're ready, you can float one leg down at a time. And we'll come around and come over. Maybe just come to the side for a second. Take a breath there, and then transition yourself back to sitting. If you want to sit up on a blanket, or if you have a bolster and you want to sit on a bolster, you're welcome to do that. And then once you're there, you can keep the leg across. The cross-legged pose is not comfortable for you. You can always take the legs wider, or you can keep the knees bent here and do what we're going to do. So you can play around with. The other thing I do sometimes is pad them, or I'll put blocks underneath my knees. I sometimes have some cranky knees, and it's really nice to have the blocks here for support. And you can certainly use the couch pillow and or a blanket. Okay, so just wiggle around. Try not to lean forward or to scoot back, and we're just going to rock a little side to side. Imagining all of your beautiful faces and your beautiful breath. And then we're going to inhale, rise the arms up. So here, again, like I said, in gentle yoga, a lot of times we come to gentle yoga because we want to be really gentle to ourselves, right? Sometimes gentle yoga, you're feeling like, I'm a little bit energetic. I don't have time to exercise today or work on my arms or whatever it is. So you can use resistance as you reach up, pressing up, and as you're exhaling down. You can go all the way up and reach the palms together. If you'd like to just be soft with your body, just let your arms float up and down. You're getting a little extension here on the side body. You should feel good. And once you come back down, roll the shoulders back a little bit, and then forward. Do more of what feels awkward to you. So it's really, for me personally, it's easier to go back than it is to go forward. So I usually would go, okay, when I roll out my shoulders. I really should be doing opposite, a little more. Okay, now we move these props away, and we're gonna, again, we're working on our shoulders today because I'm imagining that everybody is pretty tight in this part of your body, just because of all of the information that we have been getting. So you're gonna take your left elbow and reach it up. You're gonna just circle the shoulder around, right? And if you want to think about circling the elbow, you can think about it that way. But think about the movement coming from here, right? So basically what we're doing is keep going, just circling the shoulder. Try not to take your whole body with you. Just think about that shoulder socket. And you're rolling around, creating a little bit more ease in socket and circulation to that synovial fluid. And basically where we're going is over to take a side bend, but in gentle yoga I like to build on the pose sometimes as opposed to reaching, because everybody always wants to go to their biggest range. So, it's a little work on the shoulder, so be mindful of that. So reach up a little higher, keep circling it. So I'm hoping that you're feeling a lot, maybe even the whole shoulder girdle behind you. And then you can start reaching the fingers over to the side. Again, don't over effort. Take the right hand down. And then you can take a little side bend if you'd like to. And I'm hoping that instead of focusing on the fingers and where they're going, that you're feeling it from here and you're feeling that length. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Relax your neck. And an inhale, come up long. Take a moment, close your eyes, and just see maybe if one shoulder feels different than the other. Take a breath in. We're going to start rotating the right shoulder. So just let your hand be heavy. Maybe close your eyes, relax the other shoulder down. And a few more times until you want to open up, lengthening. Remember, you're feeling it here, you're broadening. When you inhale, imagine the ribs becoming more spacious between the ribs. And then reaching over. And then if you want, you can go further into a side bend. Keep that heart lifted. Try not to round here. And then inhale all the way up. Beautiful. All right. Switch the legs. Let the legs go long. Give yourself a little massage on the legs. So use your finger pads to go up and down to create some circulation and some heat, and up and down. If you have a particular, like if one knee is bothering you, just circle around that space a little bit longer, right? That place maybe that you feel like you need a little bit more. It's a little stiff maybe. Good. And then you're going to bring your legs, crossing them again, but trying to remember which foot and leg was in the front. And then go around a little bit, and then we're going to take a little twist. So inhale, rise the arms up, and remember you can float them gently, or you can use resistance when they come down. You're going to take your right arm up. You're going to cross the right arm over towards the left. Take an inhale, just let that hand fall wherever it goes. And then you're going to inhale it up like you're drawing a big circle. And maybe use your eye gaze to follow the fingers. And come back down. Inhale. Keep it nice and soft. And exhale as you lower. Inhale up again, all the way around. Stay and breathe. Relax your toes. Relax your legs. Inhale one more time, circle around. Good. Relax that arm down. Bring the left arm up and then let it maybe on the thigh. Maybe it's the shin or the knee. You can also reach a little bit further, holding it here if you want to. Inhale, exhale, and then rise up on your inhalation. You're exhaling as you follow those fingers. Inhale up all the way around. You're keeping that nice tall spine as opposed to going kind of off duty around here and then just focusing on the arm. The benefit is when we connect everything. We have a comfortable seat, rooting down, rising up, crown of the head, and one more time. Inhale up, exhale. Good. And then you can open up your legs, shake them out if you'd like to. Come around onto your hands and knees. And I'm on the carpet here, and I have a pretty cushy mat, so I'm not going to use a blanket, but if you're on a hard surface, I would highly recommend using a blanket just so you have a little extra cushion, or a towel. Towels are really good too. You can just fold it up kind of like this. So once you come over onto your hands and knees, you're going to find your neutral table. So your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips, your feet are not in towards each other, they're right behind. Take a quick little peek. And then just bump the hips a little to the right and to the left. Think about like a pendulum. So you're coming through the center and then you're just letting it go out to the side. And then you stretch there. You can also do this on your forearms if you'd like. Nice. And then you're going to tense your fingers here. And we're going to work on engaging the whole hand. Because, I don't know about you, but I often have some wrist pain. And first, when you come into these kind of poses, you can actually shift the weight back a little bit, or you can walk your hands a little bit forward so you don't feel all the weight in your wrists. Or, best practice is to tent the fingers, press through the fingers all the way down to the finger pads. Right, so you're going to just land the finger pads and then the wrists. And as you land the wrists, shift the weight towards the fingers. So now you have the whole hand engaged. And you can relax the hands a little bit. And then take a couple cat-cows. So you're going to inhale, you feel that chest lift, like you have a string on your sternum pulling you forward. And then as you exhale, rounding into the upper back, and you can continue to go through the belly as well. I have osteoporosis, and so big flexion, not a good idea. So I round the upper back, drop my chin, come back, a little bit of an arch, but not an extensive arch. So do what's comfortable for you. And remember, if you're feeling in your wrist, just walk your hands maybe a little bit further forward and think of that pressing through the finger pads, then the wrist, use the whole hand. So take a couple more of those, inhaling and exhaling. You're inhaling as you rise the chest forward, you're exhaling as you're rounding. And maybe don't think so much about having the back pushing towards the ceiling as expanding through the rib cage on the side body instead. All right, sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure all was good. All right. Okay, and now you can drop down to your forearms. So come onto your forearms. You can shake your booty a little bit side to side if you want to. If that feels good, you can shake your head. Just let it dangle. And then walk your hands a little tiny bit more forward. Keep your hips nice and high. And as you walk forward, you'll start to feel stretch the shoulders. And then imagine that you're bringing your chest towards the mat. It doesn't mean it's going to touch. And maybe your head touches, maybe not. This could be a good place to use your blanket or your pillow to rest your forehead. It's a nice stretch on the back. So think about your tailbone going back. You have that nice angle. And then relax the hands and soften a little bit. Through the shoulders, you would walk the hands back towards you a bit. So this would be the big stretch for your shoulders in addition to your back. Bring the elbows closer and still get that nice back stretch. So explore there. So we all have a different shape. Like, I love the saying also where yoga is about the attention that you pay in the pose. That's the yoga. It's not the shape of the pose, right? So we all have different shapes in our poses. So if you pay attention to what's going on for you and where you're feeling it, then you're a little bit more able to tweak it and change it that best suits your needs, which is the magic really of yoga. That's why it's accessible to everyone. All right. And then we're going to take extended child's pose from there. So widen your knees a little bit more, and then take your soles of your feet together. If you'd like, you can use your cushion from your couch or your bolster or blanket and put it underneath your, on top of your heels, and then coming down into extended child's pose. This gets a little more into the hips. So use your props, or stay up a little bit higher, and you can come back into your table, and you can do hips this way to get a stretch, or you can stay on your forearms and play around with this. Maybe coming up and then going back as opposed to staying there. Bring the arms back so you can relax your shoulders. When you breathe, so you stay where you are, but when you breathe, think about, so you're filling with your inhalation, but at your exhalation, imagine that the exhalation, if this was my back, I'm laying down, is going all the way down the back. It feels really nice right here on your lower back, unless your hips are super, super tight and it's not a comfortable pose. Then change it up, don't go down so low. You can stay where you are for 3 more breaths, or you can add walking your hands over towards the left. When you walk your hands to the left, make sure that you keep your right hip going back. Don't let the hip come with you, okay? And then relax. So, and it doesn't matter how far over you go. It matters where you can stay and breathe and sink into the pose and let the magic happen. So try that for 1 more nice deep breath into the pose, and then as you exhale, take your exhale. After you exhale, then you can move yourself back to the center first, and then start to walk your hands to the opposite side. Once you get there, draw that left hip back. And find some ease in the pose. So ease your way over as opposed to letting your brain tell you where your destination, where you want your destination to be. Ease. As you breathe more and you settle, you'll find that opening and you can fall your way over. One more nice deep breath in. Stay in the pose and exhale. And then come back to the center. And we'll come up onto your hands and knees. Sorry, I just wanted to check the time because I have a tendency to wander off and forget about the time. Come back over to your hands and knees, curl your toes, step back with the left, a little soft bend in the knee so that you don't hyperextend the knee, and then just press the heel back, and you should feel that in your Achilles, right here behind your ankle. And if you want to ease into lengthening the leg, shifting back and forth, again, check in with your wrists. You can always take your hands a little bit more forward. Try not to sink down. Try to keep that nice engagement. Crown of the head's going forward, foot's going back. Pull the belly up in a little bit and be supported. Good. And then lift that leg up only to hip level. Make sure that you're not opening to the side. You're keeping that hip down. You can inhale and exhale here. Maybe pull the belly up and in. Maybe round a little bit into the upper back to support you. And you can uncurl the toes if you'd like. And then you're going to reach forward. Keep your eyes either down or just above your mat. Don't look forward this way. Good. And then lower everything down nice and slow. Try it on the other side. So first start by taking the foot back, bend in the knee, and then just shimmy a little back and forth. Think about your left hand and your right hand. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're distributing the weight nice and evenly. I kind of felt my foot coming in this way, so I checked to make sure it's right behind me. So when I lift my leg, my bones are stacked. And if it's comfortable, either here or you can rise here, keeping the palm towards the center. You can flex the foot or point and pull the belly up and in. Lots of strength through this arm, this right arm as well. You're using your whole hand. Bring everything down nice and slow. Flip. So the palms are facing up. You're on your forearms. Just tap your hand a little bit. Open and close. You can hear from Neil. Good. Alrighty. So you're going to come to your neutral table one more time. Take that leg out behind you. And you're going to lift the leg up. Listen carefully. I don't want you to turn your head yet, but you're going to let your leg go over and behind you so that it is right behind or crossed behind the right knee. You can do this on your forearms too if you'd like. Then, if you want to take a peek, so first of all, you can go back and forth, kind of pulse here. Try not to hyperextend the knee. Okay? You should be feeling a little bit over here on this side. And then you can peek if you want to reach forward first a little bit, so you can turn the torso and then push back through the heel. Okay, I'll do it on this side so you can see me better. So I'm here, maybe if I'm on my forearms, I'm here, and then before I'll stick up here first, because most people probably go this way. I'm going to go forward a little bit, and then I'm going to turn, there the toes are, okay, and then I'm going to bump my hip out to the side. So if you have your right leg behind you, you're bumping out to the right. If you have your left hand behind you, you can bump out to the left. Good. And then come back to the center. Bring your knee that's on the ground a little closer to the center, and then cross the opposite knee. So move and wiggle so you feel more even. And you can stay here. You can come down to your forearms, give your arms a break. You can sort of create some circles, or you can shimmy back and forth. You can start to walk the feet further away. Just lots of different options in this pose. If crossing is not an option for you, you can continue to keep it here and maybe inhale or inhale forward and then exhale to the peak. Or come to child's pose too, whenever you want. And you're going to open up, take that leg, curl the toes, and come up onto your hands and knees. We'll go back to that in a second. So curl the toes behind you, draw the energy up through your legs. Imagine that your knees are your feet. So you have like a little mini Tadasana. And that was the alarm to start winding down. So curl the toes, inhale, reach the arms up, circle the arms around. You're just going to go into a little flow. You're going to go forward. Inhale, come up, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, come forward. One more time, inhale, come up. And exhale, take the hands to the sides. Come down, back onto your hands and knees. And this time you're going to take your opposite leg back. Inhale and exhale. You can uncurl the toes here. Shimmy a little bit. And then before you lift up, cross the leg, curl the toes. You can stay here. Like I said, you can also come to the forearms. If you want to take a peek, you're going to inhale, lift, and turn the torso, and come back. So what I don't want you to do is to, and everybody, it's kind of our instinct typically, is to, once you've crossed, it's kind of like turn the neck. And I don't want you to do that. That's why I say shift a little bit forward, and then turn, then you can push back. All right? And then we're going to go ahead and cross that leg. So you have the knee here. Walk the knee towards the center, the one on the ground. And then cross. And then again, circle. Or you can move back and forth. Come down to your forearms. Inhale, come up. Go ahead and unwind. Curl the toes, come back up, take an inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Bring the hands to the lower back. Keep your feet tucked or curled. And then just get some nice length here. And you can lean back, but you're taking your whole body back. We're not going into camel pose. We're just stretching a little into the quadriceps. Uncross or untuck. A little tap to the toes. And then we're going to come down and roll onto your back. So, of course, I had all sorts of standing things for us to do. And on Friday, we might do another class on Friday, hopefully, and we'll include that then. So, go ahead and come over onto your back. Come down nice and slow. Let the legs float up towards the ceiling. And then place your right foot down and your left. Widen your feet so that they're out towards the edges of the mat again. And then just let your knees come towards each other. And then relax the arms to the sides. Again, pay attention and make sure you have that little space. So your neutral spine, your neutral shape. Close your eyes. And then just take 5 breaths here. Notice where you're feeling your breath. And maybe if those were new things that you hadn't done before, maybe you were not feeling length in your breath, you were a little short with the breath because you were worrying about what we were doing so much, or how it looks or how it should feel. Or maybe you've used your breath and you feel, yay. Just notice. Hopefully it's that for everyone. And then you can start to draw the knees towards the chest. Give them a little hug. Float the legs up towards the ceiling. Open up the arms like a Y. And then give yourself a little straddle here. So you can bend into the knees. Imagine that you're in like goddess pose. From the waist down. And you can open up your elbows into cactus. Or you can play around with a little more dynamic straddle stretch here, right? Pointing and flexing, so it's up to you. Pull the knees a little bit wider towards the outer edges. Keep the feet towards the ceiling as opposed to this way. And relax. Bring the legs together. Float one leg at a time. Take your feet into bridge pose, so your feet are a little like hip width apart, not too wide, not too close together. Take your arms to the sides. Take a breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. You're going to take the palms facing down and just check and make sure your toes are facing forward, not out to the side. And then we're going to lift up the hips just enough again so you can get some space here with your hand. Feel the knees start to draw in front of you forward as the head draws back. The hips are kind of hanging low. And then pull the hips towards the heels. Lift the chin. Let the fingers float forward as you lengthen the head behind you. And then we'll take a couple moving bridge poses. Or a really nice option is to take a little restorative bridge pose. So you can tuck your blanket, just roll your blanket, and tuck it right underneath of your hips. That's kind of a messy roll, but for time's sake, just want some support underneath, and lifting the hips a little bit higher is a nice restorative pose for the hips. You want to move in your bridge, and we're going to engage the feet, feel the heels and the toes, press through, inhale, start to rise, feel this lengthening through the quads. Try not to get your chin tucked towards your chest. You want to lift the chin away. Maybe you roll your shoulder blades in a little bit closer so you have the support of the shoulders along with the back of the arms. Inhale and then lowering down nice and slow. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. If you want to add the arms, feel free to do that. It's a little bit more energetic and we are winding down, so it's up to you whether or not that is a good option for you. And lowering down nice and slow. Relax, take the feet wide. Just a little twist to the right. Eye gaze goes to the left. And then a little twist to the left. Eye gaze goes to the right. One more time each side. Good. And if there's something else that you would like to do, you are welcome to do that now. Of course, we're going to move into our final restoration pose, Shavasana. So if you want to do something else and stop here and then do your Shavasana on your own, you're welcome to do that. But if you'd like me to lead you in your Shavasana, I would highly recommend using, if you have one of those props, a blanket or a pillow, again, underneath the knees. Try the pillow and see if the pillow. The bolster definitely works. If you have the bolster, that would be my first choice. If you have a nice stiff blanket, that would be my next choice. Or you can certainly use a pillow from your couch cushion. All right? And then coming slowly down on the back, let the legs open up so that the feet can fall. Arms to the sides, definitely some space in between the body and the arms, palms face up, relax through the face. Just take a little, you stay where you are, I'm going to come up and cue you from sitting. But just take a nice breath in through the nose and then let it out through the mouth. And just for a moment, just be aware where you are at this moment. Just taking a little, maybe saying quietly to yourself, I feel whatever it is. And then as you move into your final restoration, let your natural breathing rhythm take over. No effort. Close your eyes. If you have an eye pillow, that's even better to block out the light. You can also use a sweatshirt or t-shirt or a little piece of your blanket, draw it over. Just finding your way. I don't know if you can hear the birds I have my door propped open, and maybe I'll open it a little bit wider so you have the birds serenading you. Being aware of that beautiful breath that we have every second, every millisecond. It's always with us, and the power of the breath is really, really transformative. So just let those waves roll, and with your movement and your breath collaboration through your practice, you're creating more space in places that perhaps you hadn't really felt before. Certainly places where there was anxiety or tension or stress. Hopefully you've at least softened those places, if not able to let them go while you're on your mat this morning. You're certainly welcome to stay where you are for as long as you'd like. Or you can start to bring a little movement to the body, maybe rocking your head a little side to side, wiggling your fingers and toes, slowly drawing the knees in towards the chest, just rolling over onto one side, in the fetal position, staying there for a moment. And I want to read you a quote. It's called Peace. Peace is not being in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. So hopefully you'll continue to practice, to take the time for yourself, find that calm, to live that peace, using yoga as one of the tools to get there. There's a beautiful teacher named Judith Laster, and she says, when a student asks, should I practice every day? She says, practice only the days that you want to feel better. Yoga is a discipline, an act of courage, and love. Courage and love. Come into a comfortable seat if you haven't already. Rise the arms up over the top of the head, bringing the palms together. And you can place one hand on your heart and one hand on top, or you can bring your hands into prayer. Take a deep breath in, exhale out. And we'll take one Om to seal and celebrate being together virtually. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and inhale to Om. Thank you so much for joining this morning. For watching later, remember to be uploaded onto Ease Yoga and Cafe YouTube channel. And thank you so much for watching our free classes. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And hopefully I will see you on Friday. Namaste.